Check 1, 2.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Days for Christmas shopping, 22 days to fill the stocking, 22 days for Christmas shopping, only got 22 more, only got 22 more.
Hi, did you hear what the man said? Only 22 shopping days till Christmas.
Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to OBX Today Live here on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sam Walker. A little early start for us this morning. Glad to have you along here on the OBX Today Facebook page and the Sam Walker OBX YouTube channel as we get you going on this.
Thank God it's Friday!
Yes, sirree. But we do have a lot of news to get to. Let's get right to it. Drought conditions spreading here in North Carolina. Driest November in North Carolina in nearly a century since the Dust Bowl, in fact. And that's pushed the entire state deeper into drought. Severe drought conditions now being experienced in mainland Dare, northern Hyde, and all of Terrell and Washington counties and southern Currituck. In past droughts, those same areas, including several wildlife refuges, have been prone to wildfires that have burned the nutrient-rich peat soils for months. A statewide burning ban remains in place, with the ban expanded to include no open fires within 100 feet of any structure in Dare County's unincorporated areas, and there's a ban on beach fires in Cape Hatteras National Seashore and the town of Nags Head. Corey Davis, North Carolina's assistant state climatologist, said that fire is almost a symptom of drought more than anything. Anytime you start to get the landscape drying out, things will burn more easily. There's one wildfire that's already burned more than 1,000 acres of Pilot Mountain State Park northwest of Winston-Salem, and there have been several other highly visible wildfires that have been sparked in other North Carolina mountains. The Pilot Mountain fire is blamed on a campfire that was set in an unauthorized area that got out of control. We talked about this earlier this week as the drought has worsened here in eastern North Carolina, showing you how much the rainfall totals are down. In the red areas, we are only, way down. Only 10 to 25% of normal rainfall has fallen in those areas that are in the red, while in the orange, only about 25 to 50% of the normal rainfall for the last 30 days has fallen. You see down here on Cape Lookout and on Hatteras Island, lower Hatteras Island anyway, from Buxton down to Ocracoke. It's been a little bit more rainfall there, and that all came in one location. But again, we are in the midst of a drought. And unfortunately, when we've had droughts in the past, you go back 6 years ago to the, that was the one fire that was sparked by a lawnmower in 2016 in the spring of 2016, the Whipping Creek fire that burned more than 15,000 acres in Alligator River National Wildlife Refuge in Dare and Hyde counties in the Dare bombing range. And then the summer of 2016 was wetter than normal, helping ease drought conditions somewhat. It took Hurricane Matthew in October to finally be a drought buster for us. Of course, we know what happened there with the record rainfall and flooding that happened from Matthew. Another serious drought year, 2011. That was the Paynes Bay fire that burned more than 45,000 acres. It threatened to spread into Stumpy Point on the Dare County mainland. That fire smoldered in the peat soils for months until rains from Hurricane Irene at the end of August finally put it out. And both those fires created smoke plumes visible for more than 100 miles away and blanketed the Outer Banks with a thick, acrid haze for days when the winds blew the right direction. So again, we are in this drought. It's only going to get worse, it looks like, in the long-range forecast. The short-range forecasts show a little bit of rain possible at times next week or the week after. But again, we're just kind of stuck in this pattern. It's going to be relatively dry with a few fronts coming through that might bring us a little bit of rain, but there's not much rain in the forecast at all. In fact, we don't have any mention of rain in the forecast until... We do have a little bit mentioned Sunday afternoon and Sunday night with a front. And then again, Wednesday night into Thursday, we might see some showers. But really not a whole lot of rain that's in the forecast over the next few days. So keep that in mind. Watch those fires. Be careful when you're working outside. Don't be lighting any fires or burn off leaves and debris. Just don't do it. We do have that statewide burning ban. All burning permits have been revoked. Sad news coming out of Elizabeth City yesterday evening. A shooting around 5 o'clock yesterday happened in the area of Perry and Jordan Streets. 3 people died in that shooting, including a woman and a 3-year-old girl from Roanoke Island. According to an Elizabeth City Police Department press release, officers called to the 500 block of Perry and Jordan Streets at 5:02 p.m. Witnesses told the Daily Advance they heard multiple gunshots that sounded like they came from different weapons and the victims were inside a vehicle. Upon arrival, police encountered several individuals suffering from gunshot wounds. 3 of them have died. Daily Advance reports there was a 4th person injured, but police only confirming that there were 3 people that were shot, and they all died. They included 39-year-old Deshae Berry and 3-year-old Allura Pledger, both from Mania. Also dying in that shooting was 18-year-old Jaquan White of Elizabeth City. Police did not say if Berry and Pledger are related, but they both had Scarborough Street addresses listed in a press release from the Elizabeth City Police Department. No other details about that shooting have been released. Last night, NCDOT held another virtual meeting to discuss construction of the Jug Handle Bridge in Rodanthe. The bridge is expected to be completed sometime in early next year. Traffic could shift onto the structure in February or March, according to the Island Free Press. 95% complete. All the main bridge structures are now in place. All the pilings, all the girders. They're now working on the guardrails, getting the road deck surfaced for traction. That will take about another 2 months if the weather holds. And according to Pablo Hernandez, who is the bridge guru with NCDOT here locally, they expect to be done with it in February or March and open it to traffic then. No word on what the bridge or who the bridge might be named for. Nothing's been discussed by the Dare County Board of Commissioners about putting a resolution in to request the State Board of Transportation to approve a name. Other than Rodanthe Bridge, Jug Handle Bridge, we'll see. Roadway work on the southern end of the project resumed in October. Of course, that included traffic shifting to the part of the roundabout back on November 19th. Hernandez said that the reason they shifted traffic into the traffic circle now is so that they could continue working on it rather than having to build a detour because of some wetlands that are near that site. So they went ahead and got some of the traffic going through the traffic circle. Then they can work on the rest of it and finish the traffic circle without having to build another detour road around it. So it looks like the Jug Handle Bridge is going to open sometime in February or early March. Another piece of the complex beach nourishment puzzle has been put in place. Federal regulators granting approval to 4 northern Outer Banks towns to have sand from offshore pumped onto their beaches starting next spring. The Bureau of Ocean Energy Management has signed off on allowing up to 6.6 million cubic yards of sand from the outer continental shelf to restore 11.6 miles of beaches off Duck, Southern Shores, Kittiawaka, and Kill Devil Hills. The project's off South Nags Head, Avon, and Rodanthe. They're still waiting to get the approvals from BOEM on that. A lot of that has to do with that the bid process is just now wrapping up. The bids for the first project that we just talked about, the northern beaches, those bids are already done. They've already gotten contracts signed. That allows BOEM to do its part. The other projects, we're still waiting on how much exactly the bids are going to be for the South Nags Head project. And then the Avon and Buxton bids just came in the week before Thanksgiving. So still waiting on those. And again, these are all just dominoes falling now to allow the beach nourishment to take place. We'll have the details for you. We got the details for you right now at obxtoday.com. If you were with us on the show yesterday morning, right as we were about halfway through, we got word about a manatee that had been found in Kill Devil Hills that had beached at the Ocean Bay Boulevard access. You can see that video there that was submitted to us. That was courtesy of Charlena Ambrose. Thanks to her for sending us that initial video and photos of that manatee that, again, she found while walking on the beach at Ocean Bay Boulevard yesterday in Kill Devil Hills. Now, first responders got out there from various agencies, Marine Mammal Stranding Network here in the Outer Banks, as well as U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The 10-foot-long, nearly 10-foot-long female was still alive at the time. And they had already made arrangements to get her moved off the beach. Karen Clark, who's Education Director at the North Carolina Wildlife Commission's Outer Banks Center for Wildlife Education, said volunteers and staff with the OBX Marine Mammal Stranding Network and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service responded and began consulting with partner agencies. Arrangements were quickly made for a box truck to transport the sea cow for possible treatment at a facility in Florida. And that's Western Ocean Reef, right next door to where that manatee was found. Even donated a mattress to put into the truck. And a team from Florida had already been dispatched on the road to meet halfway to try and get this manatee treated. But unfortunately, it had probably washed up several hours before it was found. And Clark said as they began to move her, she went into distress and died. Clark said there was no visible sign of trauma. Scars on the body had been healed for quite some time, but the manatee appeared to have been malnourished. Remains were taken to NC State University's lab for Moorhead City for necropsy. Manatees well documented by scientists using photos and video when they went and floundered in Florida. Clark said they're likely to identify the manatee using the shape of its tail and the scars that they found. More on that at obxtoday.com. All right, we'll take a break, come back. We've got Jessica Sands standing by. She joined us earlier this week to preview some of the attractions and events coming up with the Dare County Arts Council this week, including tonight in downtown Mania to kick off the holiday season with all the celebrations. We'll talk to Jessica right after you see this from Gallup Funeral Services on OBX Today Live, so stick around.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
And joining us now on OBX Today Live, presented by Gallup Funeral Services, is Jessica Sands. She's Executive Director of the Dare County Arts Council. Jessica with a very festive and very appropriate background. And it's real. It's not a green screen. That's amazing. I've got to compliment you, but man, that's just so, I mean, you couldn't get more Christmas than that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, my kids are, well, my daughter specifically is very much into Christmas starts as soon as the turkey is carved. So we went and got our tree and did all this weekend while I had some time away from work. So, but I'm working from this office today. So there we are.
Okay. So, yeah, so this isn't like we're at the gallery or anything like that. This is at home. So you can't go see Jessica's display at the gallery, but there's plenty to see. You got a couple of shows that are just getting underway at the gallery.
We sure do. We sure do. We still have Rob Snyder's exhibit upstairs. It's absolutely stunning. I really hope people can get over to see it. It'll be up until January. So his exhibit is a combination of painting and he has some sculptures up there, which is something different. And the space is just full of massive, beautiful, beautiful art from him. And that'll be up through January 22nd. So hopefully people can get over there and check it out.
And you got another one that's going to be opening here just in time for the weekend. Always a classic, always a very, very popular show. And that's from Gail Midget.
That's right. Gail Midget's solo exhibit will be opening up in our Vault Gallery Friday. And again, her gorgeous oil paintings. If you are curious about her work, this exhibit is called Capturing My Version of Beauty on the Outer Banks. And you're going to see a lot of familiar sort of scenes in Gail's interpretive, beautiful oil paintings. So.
And something to note about these exhibits that go on, if somebody's looking for something unique for the holidays, this is something that this isn't just something you go and look at. You actually buy these, right?
Yes. All the pieces in our exhibits are for sale. So there's going to be some wonderful things that people could come in and purchase. Not to mention, we have over 100 other artists on display in the gallery. So this is a wonderful time to come and pick something out for somebody that really would love to have art as a gift.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because, in the past, the Dare County Arts Council has has had quite a bit of shopping opportunities. And of course, in the last couple of years, last Christmas, of course, because of the pandemic, it was a little different back just in the gallery this year, not having an online store. So you got to come by there. Remind everybody what y'all's hours are right now if they want to come out and shop.
That's right. We're open every day from Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 5 and Saturdays from 10 to 4. We're just closed Sundays and Mondays right now.
All right. First Friday is coming up, but First Friday is, of course, dominated by First Friday and Saturday with all the great stuff that's going on in Manio for the kickoff the Christmas season in downtown. You guys, of course, are part of that, and it gets underway Friday night, correct?
That's right. The Manio tree lighting is the highlight of the season in downtown Manio. So at 6 o'clock, there'll be a show on the front steps of the courthouse where we have the gallery. And then actually starting at 7 out back behind, once the tree lighting ceremony is over, we're going to have a musical sing-along to your favorite carols with Marianne Tobos, Skip Saunders, and Bob Furr. They'll be out there with their music. We have jingle bells for everybody. We've got a QR code so you can scan those lyrics right onto your phone. And it's just going to be a fun time to get together. And the weather's looking great. So we're excited to have a sing-along. We hope this is the first of many gatherings out there to just get together and have fun. And we also have ornament making for kids also from 7 to 8 after the tree lighting. So
and this just highlights, having the courtyard now is just recently this year opening for the first time, getting it all wrapped up. And we've been playing every now and then the video that Current TV did about it with you in it. And the courtyard, of course, has been such a great addition, not only for the Dare County Arts Council, but for the community as a whole, because of everything that you can do out there.
That's right. That's right. It's just fun. Some days people come out there and have lunch. Other times we'll see little kids out there practicing their dances. It's just a nice space to gather for all different kinds of things. And we'll be having a lot of new programming out there next year.
All right. So let's look ahead to coming up later on this month. You've got the December speaker series, but it's going to be going back into some music.
That's right. So next Tuesday evening, live at the Arts Council. So we're hoping guests will come. We have the amazing Lisa Brickhouse Davis will be interviewing the equally amazing Ruth Wyand that evening about her music. She'll be playing a little bit, talking about her work. It's going to be awesome. And I can't wait to just sit and listen to these two women talk about some amazing stuff, So please join us. It's free. It's 7 p.m. upstairs in the gallery. We will stream it to Facebook, but there's nothing like being in the room when Ruth Wyand's got a guitar. So,
and that's coming up on Tuesday, December 14th at 7 o'clock. And you bring up just like what we're doing right now. That's one thing that the Dare County Arts Council was way ahead of everybody. It seemed like in being able to produce content of this type online. And it was so popular because people didn't have to be, that weren't here on the Outer Banks that couldn't make it to these events, can participate, be a part of it. I know that's something that you guys are very proud of, to be able to expand the reach of all these programs to so many different audiences in such a neat way.
Yeah, it really did bring us through the last couple of years and kept us, putting art out into the world and providing place for artists to still produce and share their art. So it was really important to this community. There's nothing like being in a room together, but we'll still be doing a little bit of online stuff. So
now you've got some guests that are going to be at the gallery here very soon. Our friends at the Theater of Dare are going to be back for their Christmas show.
That's right. Theater of Dare. We're so happy. We're actually hosting their next 2 shows upstairs in the courtroom gallery. So their first show that we're having up there is Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol. So it's kind of what happened to that character, behind the scenes. Most of the stories are about Scrooge, but this is about Jacob Marley's experience. It's kind of dark, a little bit scary, but also it has that heartfelt, warm feeling at the, in the end, just like the traditional story. Their show is going to open next December 9th, and it will run for 2 weeks. And you can find all the information on their website, theaterofdareobx.com. They should be selling tickets soon, but the space is limited. So I hope everybody hops on and gets their tickets while they can.
Yeah, and that'll be the following weekend, Friday, Saturday evenings at 7, Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. on the 12th, and then Friday and Saturday, the 16th and 17th. It's going to kind of skip. No, that's not going to skip. It's going to be the middle between the kickoff in downtown Mania and then the Christmas weekend.
I know. Yeah. It's all over.
All crammed together.
Yeah.
And then you said they're going to have another shows coming, 5 women wearing the same dress. That's going to be January show for the Theater Dare, and that's going to be back at the Dare County Arts Council.
That's right. That'll open in January, and we'll have more information about that soon too. That opens January 9th. That opens January 6th. We got all the dates mixed up today. It's all right. Thank goodness it's all online, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that'll open January 6th, also upstairs, and run for 2 weekends as well.
And then on Monday, announcing the call for entries for another show. It never stops, does it? And this
it never does.
Of course, one of the big shows each year, the Frank Stick Memorial Art Show.
That's right. We just announced today that that'll be happening actually, it's going to open the end of January, just that last weekend in January, and run for the whole month of February. So we hope everyone out there will start working on their pieces. It's open to everyone. Anyone here can submit a piece. It's so fun, and we're going to get to have our opening night party this year. So that's, kind of a highlight of the winter around here, because there's not a lot of events going on. So we're looking for sponsors for it, and we just wanted to make sure we got word out. You can sign up today to drop off your piece for the end of January. Everything's on our website.
All right. Yeah. And remind everybody where the website is, all the different information, ways to get info from you guys on what's going on at the Dare County Arts Council.
DareArts.org. It's always up to date.
Jessica, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again here real soon.
Sounds good, Sam. Thank you.
For over 15 years, Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated has been a beacon of light, guiding local families through difficult times. Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated proudly provides all families with compassionate choices for professional funeral care at reasonable prices. Get the answers you need 24 hours a day. No answering services, hidden costs, add-on fees, confusing fine print, or those scary-looking contracts. Remember, Gallup Funeral Services owns and operates the only crematory in Dare County, keeping our cremations affordable and convenient. Gallup Memorial Chapel in Bargo, North Carolina is now open and minutes from Moyock and Elizabeth City. From traditional church services and graveside burials to direct cremations and advanced planning, let Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated light the way for your family. Don't be pressured or confused by the other funeral homes. It's always your choice. Choose Gallup Funeral Services Incorporated. Call Courtney at 252-216-8030 to get a plan started today, and visit our new website at gallupfuneralservices.com.
Back here on OBX Today Live on Facebook and YouTube, winding it down for this Friday morning.
Thank God it's Friday!
Well, Downtown Mania, we just talked about with Jessica, with all the activities that are going on in Downtown Mania that they're going to be a part of. The tree lighting again at 6 o'clock tonight. Then tomorrow, 10:30 is the annual Christmas parade. The parade route winding down from Mania High School and ending at the new COA campus. And then that's going on there. Don't forget about the Mania Police Department Food and Coat Drive. That's coming up on Saturday, December the 18th. Let's see. Rodanthe has got a special event. The first annual Christmas tree lighting is going to take place tomorrow night at the Rodanthe Way Salvo Community Building at 5:30. Just remember, too, that the Hatteras Christmas Parade, that's next weekend on the 11th. If you're looking for something else to do, the Island Farm is kicking off their holiday events with the next 2 Saturdays, this Saturday and next Saturday, called Christmas on the North End. It's focused on holiday traditions from the early days on the Outer Banks. We got all the details and all this stuff at Things to Do page at obxtoday.com. And don't forget, you can also get a great way to show your appreciation to someone with an Outer Banks Restaurant Association gift certificate just in time for the holidays. You can spread even more cheer with a special deal that's going on right now. If you buy 7 of the $25 gift certificates, you'll get the 8th free. And if you want to go big for the corporate, for the company, you can get $1,000 in gift certificates and get $100 in free ones. So buy 1,000, get 100 free. That's all the details on that. Things to do page at obxtoday.com from the Outer Banks Restaurant Association. All right. Let's see. We're going to just get on into the OBX Today Weather Center forecast. We have to wrap it up a little early today. We're on early today. Sunny skies today, high 60. Winds are kind of moving all over the place. We got pretty breezy last night for this backdoor cold front getting through. We've got northwest winds today about 10 to 15, shifting to the northeast in the afternoon. Tonight, clear and a low 50, with east winds around 10, switching to the south after midnight. Sunny, 67 on Saturday, so we're up on the seesaw again. South winds around 5 to 10. They'll shift to the north in the afternoon. 52 and cloudy Saturday night. Sunday, partly sunny, maybe a shower, and 65. Maybe a shower Sunday night, a low 57, then partly sunny and 68 Monday. Tuesday, sunny and 56. Showers likely Wednesday with a high 64, and then a few showers and 61 on Thursday. Coast Marine forecast today. North winds around 10 to 15 knots. We've got 2 to 3 foot waves in the sounds this morning, down to 1 foot in the afternoon, 2 to 4 foot seas. Next tide change at Oregon Inlet, the low tide at 1:12 this afternoon. Sunset tonight at 4:48. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:56. By the way, our sunset right now is the earliest it gets in the year. So the evenings will get longer, or the sun will be out longer once we get to December 12th anyway. Right now outside the studios in Uptown Nags Head, bright sunshine, fair skies, and 53 degrees. And that's going to do it for this edition of OBX Today Live here on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll be back with you Monday with the show presented by Gallup Funeral Services. And, of course, online anytime at obxtoday.com. We'll see you.
Thank God it's Friday!
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.